The two styles of insomnia. 1. Acute insomnia. There are two main styles of insomnia. The primary type is that the quiet insomnia once you only suffer a pair of restless nights. Oftentimes, you are able to go to sleep and stay asleep easily. For many, insomniacs may not think that they're full of it, but the very fact is, they may be having acute insomnia. So what's acute insomnia? This sort of insomnia comes from the core levels of stress that insomniacs are experiencing at that moment. They'll face a brief period where they're powerless to go to sleep due to the life circumstances they're facing at that moment. This sort of insomnia doesn't last for a protracted time. Instead, it only happens because of certain factors or events during a specified period of your time. For instance, acute insomnia might occur after insomniacs faced the wrath of their boss, gotten a nasty grade on a test, got rejected by their crush, or merely because they're having a bad day. These situations can cause someone to own an evening or two where he or she simply cannot get any sleep. Many of us may have experienced this sort of insomnia, and it tends to resolve on its own. 2. Chronic insomnia. The second kind of insomnia is understood as chronic insomnia. It's a protracted quiet insomnia which occurs a minimum of 3 nights per week and lasts for a minimum of 3 months. Usually, this happens once you face a major change in your environment, physically or mentally. It may be moving to a brand new home, losing a dear, being in a very new workplace, facing challenges in class, or having trouble adapting to a harsher weather. Perhaps, the rationale why chronic insomniacs are having trouble with sleep is that they need an unhealthy sleep habit without a correct sleep routine. It's common in today's world. Modern society has screwed up sleep cycle with short hours of sleep. To form things worse, most of them sleep at odd hours. They do not practice the habit of visiting bed early and rising early the subsequent day. As a result, the mind doesn't know when to close up and would be at home with staying up late. That is the reason why insomnia has become a standard problem in today's society. What people fail to grasp is that the body won't be ready to function with a little amount of sleep one night and expect to compensate their sleep gap by taking naps shortly during the day. While this might seem possible and useful within the beginning, this sleep pattern isn't sustainable for the long term. Eventually, the mind and body will collapse, and you'll experience complete exhaustion until you get enough rest. The most effective fix is to own a hard and fast schedule to sleep and practice healthy sleep routine. Otherwise, you wish to go to the doctor for medication. Typically it'll be linked to a different medical or psychiatric issue, meaning that the rationale why you would possibly be having chronic insomnia are because of stress. What seems to be a typical situation will seem stressful if you've got chronic insomnia. A restless mind and body will feel annoyed by any stimulus from the immediate environment.